I've been doing so well for so many times, and then just another little pop-up to allow me to trust in myself. Network connection. Hopefully that this is... let's take a clearing breath. A nice deep clearing breath with sound. Checking in. How are you doing? What's coming up for you in this area? There's certainly no shortage of contrasts to allow us to step into our personal learning and our truth. And thy will over my will. And so I really would love to know if you have any questions, if you have any aha moments, any epiphanies. Has the penny dropped for you? I am still in that that space of curiosity as I work through what's going on for me in this space. And after my yoga practice yesterday for 4 hours, I came to some self-realizations and what's really true in this work that you are steeping yourself into, like a tea bag. Sometimes the water can be a little hot, but the robustness and the flavor of you does come out in the end. So what it brings me back, and it brings me back, and it brings me back, and it's like a test, and it is that karmic seed that allows me to plant that new seed, that new tree that will be there for me in my own. That is my growth. That is my growth. As I grow, those seeds come back to me. They boomerang. They echo back. And there's parts. There's I get goosebumps as I say this. There's parts of it that that aren't easy. There's parts of it that are not easy. It's just the way that life is. If it was all easy in this arena of work that we're doing, then I would like to think that everybody would do it. But we have so many stimuluses, and we have so much ego, and we have so much emotion, and we have so many experiences that, based on those factors in our lives, bring us our boomerangs, bring us our echo, as we may not make our best decisions along our way, whether it's this time or previous. Welcome, my name is Deborah O'Neill, and I am the CEO and founder of blissbee.me. And I'm here to share because I care. And it's been a tough couple of days for me. I've been working through a lot, and my heart hurts. I feel some shock. There's a little bit of vicarious trauma, I think, that I'm experiencing in my body, and I'm working with my body, and I'm also working with my transparency, and I'm also working with showing up here at 8:45 every morning. But this is why I'm here. And it was interesting. On episode 67, I was looking up and saying, what am I supposed to be working with today? And it was, for the first time, it was crickets. There was nothing, and it simply sat in my heart, and seen what was bubbling up there and shared. So that was supposed to be what came up. Now here we are in episode 69, and I just want to take a little refresh back to some of the work that we've done in the past, talking about those karmic seeds that we're planting. And I had a moment yesterday when I was struggling with that. I was struggling with that because it doesn't always look like nicely decorated cupcakes. It doesn't always look like something that's acceptable. It doesn't always look like doesn't always look like bliss. It doesn't always look like fulfillment. But when it doesn't look like that, that's where the work is required. That's where the practice is required. That's where the discipline is required, because I can't change what happened. What's important to me is how I react to what happened. So there's no tolerance for what was witnessed or seen or experienced or what is happening. You do not need to tolerate it. You can take action towards it. There's a part of the yogic philosophy, and to put it in sort of layman's terms, it's like making a wedding vow to yourself. In times like this, I promise to hold my hand. In times like this, or at all times, I promise to hold my own hand and walk that tough path. In richness and in poorness, in sickness and in health, I promise to me to walk this path with me. I promise to never abandon me. I promise to never abandon you. Creating your wedding vows to yourself. And that's where I find myself in these last 3 days. Holding my own hand. Hugging myself. Literally holding myself. Holding myself. As there's a lot of people experiencing a lot of pain, and I feel that pain. I feel that pain in the field so deeply. I feel that pain in my heart so deeply. And that's holding space for me. It's holding space for you. It's holding space for the world. It is holding my own hand to know that although I'm reveling in something that's uncomfortable, very, very, very uncomfortable, I hold my own hand. And I make the choice to plant that karmic seed now, not in hate, not in pointing my finger, not in that guy or that guy or that guy or that person or that situation. Those are the objects that are coming to me that allow me the opportunity to show up in a way that I want to show up. What I do today will impact what happens in the future. This is where it gets a little bit fuzzy. It gets a little bit crazy, but it's not crazy, because all I can do, all you can do is work for you, for what you want, what's most important to you. That doesn't mean you don't take action. That doesn't mean that you don't stand up and have a voice. But check in what voice you want to have. What is the message you want to say? This is part of the reflection back to say, who is it that I want to be? Who is it that I am? Who am I? That's a whole basis of who am I? How did I get here? This is an opportunity for me to do the work. This is an opportunity for you to do the work. This is an opportunity to be grounded and centered and aligned before anything happens, anything, any word is spoken, any action is taken, to be so grounded and centered and aligned, to sit in that mantra meditation, to sit and to ask, thy will, how do I show up in my best to give my best to this world? Give me the strength, give me the knowledge to know. All those questions, I write them down so that when I get to this fuzzy place where I'm like a little bit reveling into taking an exhale, because that's where the healing is. That's where the balance is. all yesterday for 4 hours. It was the whole practice was exhale, balancing into that, getting to an edge, taking an inhale and doing a sound exhale. And my teacher didn't know I'm working with sound. It's just beautiful to receive all these congruent messages at the same time. There is no coincidence. There is no synchronicity. It is truth. It is oneness. It is everyone feeling this field. It's palpable. I have been in quiet, turning off all the music, turning off all the noise, experiencing those speeding cars traveling down my street, going, wow, when did this street become so noisy? But the noise isn't the street. The noise is in here. And so that was my indicator. That was my indicator to find even more stillness. Go to bed really early. Stay off of social media for a while. Let's feel our feet on the floor and start to bring us into our grounding and our centering and aligning, which is even so much more important at this time. I'm finding my inner voice and finding my outer voice. I invite you to do the same. But before you use your outer voice and before you use your external actions, please, please, please sit in your inner voice. Find that harmonic resonance that you want to represent. Tap into that mantra of Soham. Feel the field there. Feel it. Ask. Ask those seers and sages. Ask those gurus. Ask divine. Ask source creator. How did we get here? How do we fix this? Watching and experiencing love, the deepest love that we possibly can at this time. I have a great feng shui traditional master that's I've had the privilege of having in my house and working with some work in my house. And her message is very similar to the messages. The circumstances of our birth and life are there to teach us. And if we are open to, ultimately transform us. When we are able to learn and see this, we're able to look at the world with new eyes and be curious and see everything as an opportunity. When we take action through awareness, we're able to transform and live the life we are meant to lead. And that might look different than what you expected. With our first breath, we're imbued with the energy of the cosmos. The energy is a blueprint. We talked about blueprints. Marlina Loss, LOS, the Vancouver traditional feng shui master, whose work I love. Let's bring our feet into the floor and our imagination. Let's turn on all our senses as we take our etheric feet and our tree roots down to that beautiful crystalline core of the center of the earth. That beautiful resonance and frequency of Mother Earth. Beautiful healing frequency as we accept that energy into this beautiful organism. And wrap those etheric feet and root around that crystalline core and draw it up with permission to receive. To our 2 bottom feet, filling our full foot and into the ankle. and the calves and the knees, washing over those beautiful knees into the thighs, into the safety container of our pelvis and our hips, into the lower abdomen, up into the upper abdomen, into the chest. Washing this beautiful Mother Earth energy over our shoulders and down our arms into our hands, into the gateway of the throat, nourishing and fortifying our voice, nourishing, fortifying the brain stem, the reptilian brain, bring it up into the head, over the cranium. Tap on the 7th chakra, the Sahasrara, and allow this Mother Earth energy to come out the Sahasrara and cascade down the external part of the body like a waterfall, a 360 waterfall, touching all the beautiful nerve endings as it cascades down, bringing our body into centering. Just a little rock back and forth, front and back in a circular method. Can find just still point as we prepare to align. And allow this hara line to come into the lower portion, the center core of the earth, and come up through the perineum in between the sit bones that are supporting us in our chair right now, and into the spine, the sushumna, up through the top of the head, and out the Sahasrara, this direct fine line to divine creator source energy, universal force, higher self, Father Sky, the place of many names, you choose. And allow this energy, this gold and white light, permission to receive this golden white light as it comes in through this fine line into the head, offering this effervescent divine light into the head. Feel what that feels like for you, and into the throat, the shoulders, down the arms, into the hands, so that we can touch. Whatever we touch is with divine compassion and grace. Whatever we speak is with divine compassion and grace. Breathe it into the heart. Allow the heart to expand with love, love for self, love for others, acceptance. Allow it to heal the grief and the fear as we bring it into the lower abdomen and into the legs, into the knees, the calves, and the feet. And let's just take a minute here and feel these two energies. In the work yesterday in the Yoga Sutras, the teacher confirms again and again part of the path of oneness. There isn't anything that did not come from our karmic seeds. Sometimes that's a hard medicine. But in that realization, we know in this moment in time, we have that opportunity to plant that new seed. And take a look at, who is this me that feels this sadness, that feels this anger, that feels this bliss, all those emotion. Who is this me? And what kinds of seeds can this me plant? And how can I offer those vows to myself? To hold my own hand, even when it's hard. To love myself. All of me. All of them. All of you. All of they. All of one. Sometimes that's the hard part. But it gets easier. And when it feels hard, then that's our opportunity to plant that new seed. It takes 50 years for an oak tree to grow from an acorn. Let's start planting. As we go into our outro for the mantra meditation, stay as long as you can. Stay longer if it feels right. We're working with so hum or love. Love, I am love. Whatever works for you. Inhale to the deep diaphragmatic breath, allowing the lower abdomen to expand. You might want to place your hand on your abdomen. Inhale on the so and exhale on the hum. We'll take 2 minutes here. Inhale on the so, exhale on the hum. The goal is to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. If you can't, breathe however is comfortable for you at this time. Breathe in a smooth inhalation and a smooth exhalation. Inhale a little deeper. Exhale a little longer, keeping a balanced 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, if you can. Expanding the side ribs. No pause, no jerk, no judgment. I thank you so much for sitting with me today. I'm going to pull a guidance card from the Mother's deck that we used yesterday. She's got such great wisdom for us at this difficult time in our world. So much contrast coming up for us. Beauty. I've read this poem a couple of times now for us. Beauty, you are my way to the divine. Working with Bible. Let beauty be your constant ideal. Beauty of the soul, beauty of feelings, beauty of thoughts, beauty of action, beauty in work. So that nothing comes out of your hands that is not an expression of pure and harmonious beauty. And the divine help will always be with you. Wow. I love these offerings. I love these messages. I love these cards. I love you. You are beauty. You are love. We are one. Make it a great day. See you tomorrow.